Good morning, everyone. Welcome to VBS Vacation Bible School 2020. Thank you for joining me. I'm Celia Rothis, the Director of Children and Family Ministries at Summit Church in Durango. And I am here to unpack that kit that you got. What is in it? Why do I have all these things? Do I have everything? Those kinds of questions are probably running through your head. If you come across something as we unpack it today, just reach out. My email is celia@summitdurango.org. And I have extras. So that's totally fine. It just means that I'm human and that in packing 60 bags, I must have missed something. So please email me, let me know, and I'll make sure to get that to you. For those of you that have single children, just one child at home who's participating in this, you would have gotten a take-home kit that was just in a gallon-sized baggie. So it would have had the name on it, a piece of paper, and then all of the stuff was kind of sticking out and everything else, and it was packed in this. If you have multiple children in your household that are participating, you would have gotten a nice paper bag with everything inside it. And this just helps all the kits fit in one easy take-home thing. I know, it's beautiful, right? And so today I actually have unpacked, Lydia, thank you for allowing me to use your bag. I've unpacked Lydia's bag, and we're going to explore it. We're going to go through it. We're going to make sure that you have everything. And again, my email is Celia that's CELIA at summitdurango.org in case there was something missing from your kit. So let's go ahead and head on over. So this is actually super exciting because I get to make one of these supplies videos, and honestly, I watch them because I order a lot of VBS kits and other things. So let's see how well I do. Also, it might explain something about me, but I love Mary Poppins bag that just is endless and has everything that she needs in it. Also, those of you that watched Barney growing up, he had this like magical craft bag that would show up. So that just explains a little bit more about who I am, I guess. But let's get started. All right, so in your bag, you're going to see quite a few things. Now, you don't have to unpack it just like this and lay it all out. Honestly, each day as I remind you of something or we do the craft together, that's the time where you can pull out these things because then it might just be better to stay contained. But if you like this structure and you have a space in your house where you can lay everything out, awesome, more power to you. So first things first that you're going to find in your VBS take-home kit is a bandana. Now, all of these are going to be different colors. This is your tribe's color. Now, each tribe, and those of you that have participated in VBS before, you know that you get this at the beginning of the week, and this is your signal to who is in your tribe. And so we can't have a VBS without it. So make sure that you're wearing that every day. You can wear it as a headband. You can tie it as a belt. You can put it in your hair. All of those things are fun to do, but that is something that you will use every day and make sure that you are, it's kind of like a uniform for work. You put on your uniform for work, you put on your bandana for VBS. Another thing that's in here is our CD. So this is for you guys to keep. So listen to these songs. I will be sending links out. I will just pick one song a day for the kids to listen to. But again, this is great for in the car, road trips, etc. So that's also in here. For families especially, things to do with your parents and children. This is a take-home devotional. So it walks through some things that you can do as a parent with your child. And it just is really exciting because you get to ask questions and explore more of your faith and your children's faith alongside them. So this isn't something that we will go through this week. This is more for your information and moving forward as a foundational role in your child's walk of faith. Another thing that we will have in your VBS take-home kit is something that looks like this. Now, these will actually pop out. They're little cards. And on the back of them, on the back of them are verses. So we'll be working on some memory verses and some encouraging moments and looking at scripture. So this is really important. And you will also have received in your little bag like this, a key ring. Those will all have holes in them so that you can put them together. And I encourage you, kids, put this on your backpack. When you go to school, it's so helpful to be able to look at a verse that gives you some hope, that gives you some encouragement, especially if you're having a hard day. I know I've done that quite a few times in my life, and will continue to do it. Another thing that we will be talking about are, some of you will have received something that looks like this called God sightings. In this are just some cards, some colorful cardstock. Some of you might have received little feet for this. Also, some of you might have received both. So the feet or these cards are what's called God sightings. Now, God sightings are these moments where you see God in the community. Now, we say that, and especially for kids, they're like, well, I can't see him. He's invisible. He's not there in front of me. Yes, he's not a person you can touch and grab a hold on or hug like your parents. But God is all around us, and we see him in nature. We see him in human interaction. We see him in the food that we eat and that's provided to us, and all of the blessings that are around us. So these cards are for exactly that. You can write those moments down. Each day we're going to take a moment to write a God sighting down on this card. Now, if you can't write, never fear. Draw a picture. Express yourself. Say, hey, this is where I saw God today, so you are not left out. I encourage you guys as family members, parents, put a place in your house somewhere where you can put them on the wall or on the fridge or something where your child can go back to it and refer back to it, and you can refer back to it. Oftentimes, each VBS, it has been so encouraging for me to go over to our God sighting wall and to read all that is written down and all the pictures that I've drawn. It is such a heartwarming experience. So I encourage you families to do that somewhere in your house, to make sure that you hang those up. Now, these next few items are all to do with the crafts. So you might feel like they were a little bit jumbled or disorganized. And that's okay, because some of these things will actually, you can use in multiple of the crafts. And so I didn't want to put it just for one craft. Also, it made packing a lot easier. So I'm going to go through these things with you, and I'm not going to explain the craft that they belong to, because as we do the crafts throughout the week, I will explain what you need and where to go. So you will receive a little baggie, quart size baggie in each of your kits. This has all of those loose things to use. So I pulled out some of those things that we have here today. So some of you will have received little colorful noodles. You can see that. Or beads. So these are to string on your crafts today, or this week, sorry, not today. You might have also received a few jewels, kind of like that, nice and shiny. We've also got some sequins in your pouch. Can't have VBS crafts without some sequins. We have jingle bells. You should have received 10 of those, but if you didn't receive 10 of them, don't worry. The craft really doesn't require 10. I just gave you 10 so that you were more than prepared. We got some stickers. We have a big bell. We've got, this is called plastic lacing. And so you will have one strand of this. You will also have one long white string. You will also have 2 pieces of yarn, and usually those will be together because it will be for one specific craft. I almost forgot our pipe cleaners. You will have some pipe cleaners. You will have a circle with the camel on it, and that is one of our stock crafts that came in the mail. Here's another stock craft that you also have. It's air dry clay. It's super cool because it dries a lot faster than regular clay. And then you'll also have these big old yellow footprints that are called sandals. I didn't want to give that away, but anyways, I did. And on the front of your kit, you will have received the VBS cinnamon roll instructions. Now, we cannot have a vacation Bible school here at Summit Durango without having our cinnamon rolls. The kids love them. So I included that. So maybe you have some family time where you can try and make those this week. They're super easy and so much fun. And if the kids don't have them, again, there's mutiny. So a couple of things that I want to share with you that are extra that are not in your kit. You will want some kind of markers. Washable markers work really well. I will say, though, on some of our crafts, the markers might come off on your fingers, so you might just have some colorful fingers. But if you don't want that and you are old enough and have some permanent markers, those are also super handy to use because those will dry a lot faster than our washable markers and won't come off on your fingertips. Another thing that's extra is if you have some paint. So I love tempera paint to work with kids. Super washable if it gets on their clothes and other things. So this is super handy to have if you wanted to go the extra step with your crafts and do some painting. For a couple of the crafts, you might need a pencil. So you might want to grab a pencil. And then, and also I wanted to say, like, I will be using the very basic tools for these crafts. I am not going to use something that you don't have at home. So I will not be using the paint because, again, I don't guarantee that all of you guys have that, and I couldn't include that in the kit. It would be super messy. But anyways, I will be using those washable markers and everything else that is included in your kit. So if you do want to go, again, that extra stuff, that is totally fine. I did want to share with you guys this. Now, I'm sorry that, FEMC Durango is on there, written over the Prince of Egypt. But if you have the movie, The Prince of Egypt, I encourage you to watch it this week. I will be sharing clips throughout the week to help supplement the lesson that we'll be going over. We are in the wilderness with the Israelites. We are learning what it's like to fully rely on God in every way. And there are some scary times now. The Prince of Egypt is a little more mature. So those of you that have younger children and haven't seen it before, as parents, I would say probably watch it first to see if it's acceptable or good for your child to watch. I will also say that some of the videos that I watch are a little bit hard, especially the Passover when we go over that one. So keep that in mind. Your children may not want to watch it, or you may not want your child to watch it, in which case, talk about it at home. Read the Bible together, dive into it. But The Prince of Egypt is one of my favorites. I grew up watching it. And it is pretty scripture-based, which I appreciate too. They don't deviate too much. Obviously, some of the other things are not true to the Bible, but the specific things like the burning bush and other things, it's verbatim from the Bible, which I really appreciate because God is speaking to Moses, and we want to know that that is scripture. Anyways, that's the kit. If there's something that is not in your kit that I went over, please email me, let me know, so that way I can get it to you for this week. I love you all. I'm super excited. It's Vacation Bible School time. All right. I will see you guys later today with more videos.